Today we call them gurus, men who promise hidden knowledge, secret healing, answers no one else can give. The most dangerous ones do not sell facts, they sell certainty. And when people feel afraid, lost or desperate, certainty can look a lot like salvation. In the 18th century, Europe had one of its own. He called himself Count Alessandro di Cagliostro. He did not just perform rituals, he built a persona. Aristocrats opened their homes to him. Crowds whispered his name. Some believed he could change their fate. But the real question is not how a man like this emerged. The deeper question is why so many people needed to believe. His real name was Giuseppe Balsamo, born in Palermo in 1743, into a family of modest means. His father died early, the household declined, and somewhere in that fall, a lesson took root. People believe extraordinary things when they are desperate for change. As a young man, Balsamo was sent to a religious house in Caltagirone. There he picked up useful fragments of chemistry, medicine and preparation. Enough knowledge to mix remedies. Enough knowledge to make illusion look like science. Soon the tricks began. One of his earliest known frauds involved a jeweler, a hidden treasure, and the mountain of Monte Pellegrino. The treasure, he said, was guarded by supernatural forces. A ritual was needed to reveal it. The ritual required money. The treasure never appeared. Giuseppe Balsamo disappeared instead. And in his place, a stranger began moving across Europe, a man with a title. Count Alessandro di Cagliostro. Cagliostro understood something important. Miracles are not sold with proof. They are sold with mystery. He hinted at journeys to the East, ancient Egyptian wisdom, hidden sciences forgotten by the modern world. He treated the poor without charge. Word spread. Soon the doors of aristocratic houses began to open. In Strasbourg, everything changed. He entered the circle of Cardinal Louis de Rohan, one of the most powerful churchmen in France. Rohan was unwell. Cagliostro offered magnetic healing and elixirs. After several sessions, the cardinal felt better. That was enough. The palace doors opened. Because when the elite begin to trust a miracle worker, credibility spreads faster than evidence. Soon the salons of Europe were whispering one name, Cagliostro. He did not stop at healing. He did not join a tradition. He invented one. A branch of Freemasonry he presented as the Egyptian rite. It promised more than ritual. It promised regeneration, purification, a return to lost innocence. Women were drawn into its orbit as well. And at the center of that performance stood his wife, Lorenza Feliciani, whom he renamed Serafina. She was not a side character. She was part of the spectacle, part of the access, part of the myth. In his rituals, she could appear almost like a sibyl, a living proof that his promises had a face. For a moment, it seemed nothing could stop him. Europe's elite believed in him. His name moved through drawing rooms, lodges, and private chambers. Then, one scandal changed everything. In 1785, Paris exploded with the affair of the diamond necklace, a royal scandal built on forged letters, false promises, and a necklace that vanished. Cagliostro was not the mastermind, but his proximity to Rohan made him a target. He was thrown into the Bastille. For 9 months, he waited. When the trial began, the crowds were not waiting for justice, they were waiting for a miracle. To many Parisians, Cagliostro was not a criminal. He had become a symbol of defiance. He was acquitted, but the monarchy ordered him out. That is how fragile public magic is. One day a wonder, the next a threat. A few years later, he was arrested again, this time in Rome. The Roman Inquisition accused him of heresy, Freemasonry, and deception. He was sentenced to death. The sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. He was taken to the fortress of San Leo. From the palaces of Europe to a cell reached from above, a cramped stone space, a tiny barred opening, and then silence. He died there in 1795. The courts were done with him. The story was not. If the story ended there, it would be a simple tale of a clever fraud. But Cagliostro understood something deeper. People rarely follow the smartest person in the room. They follow the one who promises answers. Whenever a society becomes uncertain, someone appears claiming to have them. Sometimes they are visionaries, sometimes frauds, and sometimes the difference depends on who is doing the believing.